Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and welcome back to Minecraft on the Homecraft server. It's great, we are here today to show you a little bit of the progress that we've made, and the plans that we have. It's going to be great. Now, listen, here's where we're gonna cut to a little bit of a montage here, because I did all of the digging that we had to do to clear out that first level of water from the base. It was, oh my goodness, it took me a while. It took me over an hour, and that's why you're not going to see all of it, because even sped up, it goes so, I'd have to make it go so fast that there's no longer audio, and it starts being like really rough on the frames. So anyway, you can see there right now, we used a lot of netherite, we used a lot of, sorry, not netherite, we used a lot of netherrack, and we used torches, we used sand, we used basically anything we could get our hands on to flatten out that first level. And it took me a while, like I said, well over an hour to do. I actually died partway through as well, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. There was also a point where I didn't have enough netherrack, so I went and got more netherrack. And it was a mess. It took me a while, so I'm really happy that I did it kind of off camera, in quotations, so that we could actually get it done. And now, though, we are left with this beautiful circle. You can see it from above. We're going to go inside, and this is going to be fantastic, to say the least. I'm pretty pleased with it. There's a lot more work to do, but I'm going to tell you what the plan is going forward, because I've got quite a scheme here, and I think it's going to be brilliant. So, listen, look, we've got this whole area blanked out. You can see we do still have the pink wood. It's not the wood that we want to keep, but it is the wood that we have presently, and that's okay. So, we talked a little bit about how we wanted to build it. We talked about building into, hallways, kind of, and doing a hallway here, a hallway there, a hallway there. But I kind of felt like that was a waste of space. And I know we talked about doing levels too. So, clearing out this whole thing of the water and going down. But I have a new strategy. What I'm going to do is we're actually going to clear out even further in. And I'm thinking we're going to put wood down. And we're going to have like staircases go down like a level or two, just so that we're a little bit away from this dripping, so we can avoid that, because I hate the drips. It looks bad. So that's the thought there. And then we'll have a whole roundabout, and the whole base will be just in a little circle here. I don't know if I'm actually going to make use of hallways. I'm not quite sure yet. What I'm thinking too is I want the nether portal over on this side, as well as a strip mine off towards the ocean, because that's towards spawn, and that's also towards kind of land. So I guess I could go that way or that way, but I'm thinking that way because I feel like people wouldn't mind over there, and also that way we're not interfering with much over at spawn. Because what I am hoping to do is put down, you could see, oh, did I not put them in these chests? Okay, they must be up top. I want to put rails here. I want rails to spawn. We're gonna have a little bit of a railway. The level, though, I'll have to just verify that we're at a decent height to make sure, again, I don't mess with people's stuff, but it's a pretty clear, straight stretch. So I'm kind of excited for that, too. But let's look at the next stuff that we got underway. So I'm kind of just showing you things that I worked on in between. We'll look at those trees in a second. But look at this. We built a little bit of a farm. We've got, I think these are pumpkins, if I'm remembering correctly, because I want to make pumpkin pie. But there you go. This is our farm setup. It's great. It's grand. I am getting potatoes. I think I've cooked up a bunch of potatoes too. I'm just going to harvest all these because they're mostly ready. So there we go. We've got a beautiful little farm going, finally self-sustaining. I know we talked about doing everything kind of underwater, and that is still largely the plan. But I think some stuff needs to happen above water too, just because it's taking too long, and I've managed to go through all of the food that was bestowed upon me by the Minecraft gods that are other players. So anyway, I also collected an ample amount of wood. You can see this is how I was getting the wood. I was building these fellas here. These are spruce trees in 4s that go all the way up. You just put a little bit of on them. little bit of bone meal, and then they go up. Now, the reason why they're up here is because they make the dirt into coarse dirt, which looks like shit. So, yeah, I didn't want that, like, weird brown stuff. So we did it up there to save time and not have to clean up. So this is how much wood we have, and this is for the house. So I'm really excited, actually, because it means that we're really, really close to making a massive amount of progress here. And I thought I had a bunch of rails, but oh, unless I put them in here, which would be entirely possible. Yeah, they're in here. Also, I steal a lot of iron. You know, the iron farm is there. It's actually had a lot of iron in it, and I took some more. Listen, if you're on the server and you're watching this, you can yell at me. It's okay. I understand. I'll go AFK, I swear. But here we go. We're just going to grab all this wood. Not that. We're just going to grab all the wood because I'm going to go underneath, back under. I'll leave a stack actually up there just so we're fine. We're going to go back in there and we're going to start construction, and it's going to be great. We have schemes and plans galore, folks, and I am looking forward to it. Oh, yes, actually. Wait a second. We need the glass too. Okay. Let's check this other stuff out real quick. I will also say as well that that mountain there, I see that somebody is starting to build a house within it on the other side, which is kind of exciting. So if I'm going to build a road, I better check in with them before I do any damage here. And two, one final thing before we begin the wood process, I'm thinking that rather than go down multiple levels or like clear this whole thing out, I think I'm going to leave it like this. I'm thinking I might add water, not water. I'm thinking I might add some animals, some fishies in here. But that does worry me about the whole, like, you know how I was going to build a kind of an elevator situation? I'm a little worried about that. So, you know, maybe this will be how we get in and out without, you know, soul sand and magma cubes, but whatever. It'll be fine. The other thing that I'm planning on doing, I didn't grab enough glass, whoopsies. The other thing I'm planning on doing is, so I want the wood to be one higher, right? Like, so one in compared to this. That's my strategy there. That's my thought. I might actually even transfer it into stone later, but we'll see. And then what I'm thinking of doing is actually going down here and putting glass down here so that it's a window into here. And then we've got a kind of a base situation down here. We have a second level, and the second level has glass that looks into here. That's my plan. That's the strategy, and that's the goal. Now, we're going to start digging this out. We're going to start putting wood down, and we'll do a little bit of a time lapse, perhaps, to see how we enjoy it. But either way, let's just chuck this stuff in here, and let's get started. Okay, so now that the first portion is done, the first portion is this, right? Stop the dripping from dripping down and looking terrible. That's one thing that we're really trying to avoid here. There is some dripping here going on, and I'll try and figure out a way to deal with that, but I think we're going to have to go down a level to do so. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to do what we said we were going to do, which is figure out the width of things. It's a little odd because the outside here, like this, seems to not always line up. You can see kind of like here how much wider it is, right? Did I make a mistake? No, it doesn't look like it. So we might need to fill in some water area down there, but that's going to be fine. I'm not too concerned about it. But I think we mark it with the brown wood, and then it'll be good. So, again, like I said, we were going to do it this way. Oh, see that's fine. We're going to do it this way. We're going to mark the glass kind of with this sort of thing. And then that is where the bulk of the shape is going to come from, right? So it's going to be direct from, again, what we've already been seeing. And then we just remove this other stuff here because that's not what we want. We don't want that shape there. So really it's, again, a numbers game as per usual. How we've been playing with things. It's all about the numbers. And we got 2 here as well. And moving on to 3. So that's what we're going to be doing over the next little bit. And it's going to be interesting, I think, for sure. So we'll speed run through this as well, just because it's going to be a little bit more complicated to do. And yeah, it'll be fine. So it actually wasn't that terrible to do. You can see kind of how easy it was to line things up, and it went very smoothly. I was actually quite surprised. I was pleasantly surprised, you know. Life was easier for a change doing this sort of work. Some of the stuff, it is a little brutal going forward, but, you know, we waste a little bit of stuff and whatnot, but we got through there eventually. Anyway, so that was kind of the game of where we knock out these few extra spots here. This kind of pink wood that's no longer needed. Because you can see, there we go, lined up very well. And like I said, I want to do one step below. So I'm thinking we'll put in wood. And we'll do that one step lower. And I'm hoping, is this... Oh, so far so good here. We'll work on the perfecting of the water later if it ends up being an issue. I'm not too worried about it right now. It seems to be going all right. I'm just going to chuck some things off in here for now because it looks like I don't need all of this stuff. And I want to, you know, preserve as many resources as I can. Let's chuck in a bit of the glass in here and maybe some of the slabs and the wood just so that it's good for now. Okay, yeah, so clearing out this portion, it seems to be mostly all right. There are those few little instances, I think it's mostly this wall that seems to be the issue, where you're getting this not being a perfect circle, which is unfortunate, but I think it'll get resolved in a little bit. Let's just break it down again, just so that we get a clear vision of the process, and we can rip this wall open later. I don't think I brought a bucket down, but I could be mistaken. We might have a bucket, which could be used to fix some of this. You can see the water flowing is a little bit of a challenge here. Do we have any? Keep that back. Do we have a bucket? No. Is that all I need to clear? No. Okay, there's a little bit more over here. Then we'll go grab a bucket to kind of fill in these little gaps here, and then we'll do our staircase, which I'm very excited about. I'm really looking forward to that because I think it's going to make things look much better and give us a bit better that vision that I'm trying to explain to you folks. All right, so we're back down, and you'll notice I brought a little bit of, dare I say, junk in quotations back down with me because there's another big thing that we need to be focusing on too is eventually we have to transport everything from up there down here, and I want to, you know, if I take a little bit at a time, it'll be easier. There we go on that. Perfect. And what is just over here, right? Now, here's the deal. We're going to run in a circle here. There should be no running water. There should be no moving water anywhere. I think that's just above us. Yo, I should be taking out those squiddies. I don't know if a squid farm is possible to make, but we should be making one at some point because the villagers that I want to trade with, they love that stuff. Oh, there's a drowned right there. Hi, buddy. The unfortunate thing is they can actually get in if they use that and come down. We've only had a dolphin, I think, earlier, either today or last episode came down. I don't know. Listen, they do what they want. So, okay, here's the next step. Like I said, we need to use the spruce. We're making some spruce stairs here. That is not going to be enough at all. I can tell you that right now. What I'll do is we'll use a whole plethora of wood here. And what I'm thinking is, again, we're mostly doing this first portion to really see what things look like, really kind of lay out the foundations here. Because what I'm probably going to do afterwards is we're probably going to replace this, I would imagine, with a form of stone. I'm not too certain. I'm just kind of looking at it again to kind of get I'm trying to establish an opinion here, but really it's this is the next thing. So if we do this here, and I don't know how deep I want this to go this way, right? So the idea is put stairs in, and then we got a nice little lip to go down, and I was just gonna have it come down one. What would have been fun is putting slabs down, but it's not really gonna function the way we would like. Ooh, this is also another thing that we need to worry about. Oh no, we don't, because we were smart. Aha, see? I was gonna say, oh, we need to worry about like digging the sides out here, because if we do this, we might have sand fall down. We shouldn't have that happen because we were really good and we put those in to try and make sure that actually didn't happen. There was a little bit of pre-planning done. I will say if I continue to expand that way, it might be an issue. So we might need to do something like this to kind of, again, keep things a little bit in order here. Hopefully, actually, I'm kind of dig that. Because, again, I really hate the drips. I really hate the drips, and that's something I would like to avoid. So this is my grand strategy, folks. And then we're 3 tall, right? So if we're down on this level, we're 3 tall, which is beautiful. Things are looking good. This does also offer the opportunity, if we do want to change the wood for a different accent color later on, we have the full option to do so. So again, we have the option to make that stone or this stone, whatever you like. So now let's run around in a circle and put in the next level here. We're going to dig out the whole thing in a nice circle, and then we can talk about our planned buildings while we do it. So you can see as we go through here, we're getting everything done pretty well. We do have a few issues on the corners, though, because I thought that we were all right because we put the black stone around the outer rim, but it didn't cover the next tile over, so we had to deal with a lot of flooding as we continued building out through. Now, that was all fine, but we do need to plan a little bit on these rooms that I'm thinking of. You know, I'm thinking the portal room and the mine can head towards the ocean. The bedroom can probably be on the side closer to the town. Same with the storage room. I'm thinking one side for the storage room and one side for like potion crafting and enchanting and stuff. I don't know how deep I want it to go on either side. As well, we do need the farm. So I'm thinking farm perhaps on the underneath portion. Half of it could be farm, half of it could be, I don't know. But you can see here that things went pretty well. I'm quite happy. I'm actually kind of interested in digging a little bit further along here because you can see, oh, we're going to still deal with flooding. That's a real shame here. I was hoping that it was kind of resolved for the most part. If I step outside, though, let's go, because, whoops, that's not what I want. Because, right, the ceiling is going to be this, for the most part, I think. And then that stops the dripping. If I head out and go up top, this is kind of what I just want to take a look at. First of all, that looks sick. But if we're talking sand, most of the issues will be on that side there. Maybe a couple on that side. It seems like it's not that bad because this was a little bit of a dip. The biggest issue will actually be on that side there, so that's not terrible. Later on, I can go in and we can replace all the red outside. All the netherrack can be removed. It's not going to be a big deal. Alternatively, I could go down another level here, which would actually, maybe that's what we do. It would kind of suck, though, because then it'd be quite deep, and it wouldn't be as decorative as I would like. I think I'm not going to do that. I think I'll go with the harder path. We'll go with the more difficult thing, okay? It's going to suck, but it'll be fine. Now, for flooring, I mean, I was originally going to go with wood. Maybe keep it all consistent for now. Yeah, let's stick with wood. We're going to do a nice little path around here, all nice and dark. And, you know, it will get some flooding here and there as we proceed through fixing things, but I think it's going to be all right. At the end of the day, this is getting us some good resources, and we can kind of prep a little bit here too. This is the big thing that I want to talk about, is we can kind of do a little bit of prep as we work through some of this for the mines in the other rooms, because we'll see a little bit better how big things are going to be. I'm really thinking the first lip of 2 is probably going to be nothing. You know, that's the big ticket item here. It's going to be nothing because then we can easily make, well, you know, better space for us, I suppose. A little bit more room to run around, a little bit easier to navigate. here. It's going to be very brown, though. That's kind of one of the things I'm worried about, is how just brown it is. Certainly, if we go to a second floor, then we can talk about... yeah, shit, that's going to suck. Certainly, if we go to a second floor, we can talk on, you know, putting glow shrooms in. But I want to run out of pickaxes, apparently. I want to make sure we've got things sorted with this baseline outer ring going on, and then we can really pick where things go. And it's going to be a lot easier once it's done. All right, folks, we got that done. We got a nice little roundabout circle done, I suppose, is what I would call it. It's a little messy, but I think it looks good. It looks promising. That's what we'll say. Promising. So we have a little bit of a loop here. We've got this kind of lined up well, I say. It's got 3 in the corners. You know, when we get to those edges, we got 3 in either direction, but otherwise it is 2 across. Except it does get a little wonky when you're approaching this section because it seems a little off, but we don't talk about that. I guess I could work on that a little bit. Well, I'll think about it. Anyway, this is the part where we need to figure out how do we go down to the next level. I'm thinking, again, glass on the walls here. That would be, say, over... Maybe we do it over here because this seems to be kind of what's going to end up being the main entrance to the town. The main entrance to spawn. Sorry, we'll call it what it is. Spawn. We'll punch a couple holes in here. This is going to be more of a notation for me than anything else. That this is where the area is. I think perhaps there. Center. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so let's just punch these out, and then we've got things kind of centered, and it'll be fine. Then I can pretend I didn't know. All right, see, so that's done. Beautiful. Beautiful finished. This embarrassing, though. We'll need to work on this a little bit as we proceed along here. I'll just punch a few holes here and there, and everything will be okay. No sound. That's all we need. All right, so this is the next real big challenge for me. This whole situation back to spawn area. I am running out of wood as well, which is funny. The wood, I'm eating through it faster than I was anticipating. So that is a remarkable piece of information to share with the group. We're running out of that. So look, I want to be punching a hole over this direction. I want stairs to be down here too. It seems like this is going to be the main level here that we're dealing with. Right here. Boom, boom, boom. Beautiful. So we're going to start seeing a little bit of expansion going on. I don't know how much of this I want to include in the videos because it takes a while. We've only got iron pickaxes thus far. You know, I do need some more... I do need to go kind of strip mining, I think would be great. So that would be a nice little plan to begin to start working towards. I can see here that this is going to be a problem. What I'll do, though, is we're going to just plug our way through here. And glass was something I was considering using to fill in more of these holes here. Because it was kind of like, you know, we're building a tunnel. Maybe I can use glass to, you know, show the water on the outside. But for now, it seems like this will be the best thing. Boom. It'll make it easier for me to get back and forth. It'll give me some more resources to work with. So I think that might be the thing that I work on in between a little bit. And with that, let me see here. We got some torches that we can throw down. So with that, it'll be a little bit of extra work, I think. Yeah, having a tiny little station built right in here would be nice. And then this big room, so it might be receded a little bit, like say right here, maybe where all the water is, all the chaos, you know. We might have it right in here, and that way this can be a little bit deeper as we proceed through. I'm thinking storage room this side, storage room, crafting room, and I want my bedroom over here, you know, keep it close to where my home is. And that is the thought. So I might get started on both of those in between, just so that I've got a little bit of work done. And I might work on the tunnel going through here, because that's the big thing here, right? I want to be able to get to spawn. Let's just see if we hit any more water, because I know there was a little bit of a challenge here with kind of our situation. And also, with that, maybe I can do something else that's a little bit cheeky. Here, let me show you the cheeky thing. They say don't dig straight down, they say. I refuse, say I. We will dig straight down, and we will dig off in a straight line. This is a cheeky maneuver I like to call son of a bitch. And that's why they tell you not to dig straight down. Let me tell you the secrets. I got bamboozled there pretty hard. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought I was going to fall into water more than anything else. Very fascinating. I'm going to need to rethink my life now. Huh. You know what? I'm not going to lie. That really did catch me by surprise. It's so, the timing of it too. I'm over here like, nah, you could dig straight down. It's so fine. You know what I just lost though? Oh, I just lost my like shulker box and stuff. That's unfortunate. You know what I can do though, if I've gone, do we have a little axe here? And do we have I think I lost. Oh, at least I've got that. Okay. Well, you know, here's what we're gonna do. It's so fine, folks. I didn't think that was gonna kill me, but it's fine. It's so fine. You gotta have a little bit of action in the episode. This is the part of the program where we test my speed. Can I prevent myself from dying? That is the real question, and the answer will be, I don't know. We don't know until we try. Okay, apparently I was very slow on that one. That's my bad. We'll try again. Okay, Jesus. All right. Okay, good. This is not so good. I'm running out of buckets. I don't have very many more of these. We're gonna do one more, and if this doesn't work, then I'm gonna do something else. I don't know. I have a solution. I just didn't want to employ it because of the lava that was there. So if I just hold... Oh, I didn't know that I could hold it and everything would be fine. Hey, buddy, if you could just... Whoever's trying to kick the shit out of me... No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, we're fine. Oh, son of a bitch. This is it's a war zone down here. It's a war zone down here. It's an absolute war zone. Oh, arguably, that just made it worse. Okay, it's the skeleton that's the problem. And the lava! Oh. Hey. Okay. Woohoo. You know, folks, it's nice that there's stuff under my base. However, this isn't at all what I wanted to experience. Can you just get away from me, sir? Anyway, listen, I'll be fine. Possibly. I wonder what I lost. At least we got the shulker box. That's the important thing. Jeez. Game. Disrespectful much? What did I ever do to you? Except lie about digging straight down. Nobody listen to me ever again, okay? My ability to succeed here is like a 2, all right? It's going so great. Hey, okay. I need you rounded up because I don't know what the heck you think you're doing here, but I don't want your I don't want you. Why are you doing that to me? Game. Oh, go away. I don't want you here. I don't need you here. This does explain a lot though, because remember we were walking around all the time, like digging our home out, and I was like, why do I like keep hearing zombies? Well, this answers that question. Also, can I just say, I have never had this much difficulty corralling lava before in the overworld. Like, in the nether, yeah, sure. But in here, why are you dancing around so hard? This shouldn't be this complicated. See, there you go. Now we'll be fine, right? I think we got it locked up. The main panic there was that it was like... really spreading everywhere. So it being down in a straight line like this is fine. I'm good with this. This is okay. Get away from me. All right. Cool. So we got that sorted. You know, one block over, and it honestly, like, that would have been so much worse. At least I got all my buckets back, but how many times I died is a rough go. Let's just do that and open this up here. Let's just make an infinite water supply. This was not. Where? There we go. And there we go. Okay. I don't know where the actual entrance is, but hey. If I screw this up, I deserve it at that point. So this is where I wanted to be. And now I need to head that direction, I think. So this is what I knew was going to happen. I knew I was going to hit some water eventually. Just didn't know it was going to... Oh my god, don't kill me. Heavens. We just started. So this is actually what I thought I was going to hit. This water here. Oh, this is drowning water. Well, I think we all know the dealio spagilio here now. I decided to approach from this end because somehow it felt safer. I really thought that approaching from the house would make more sense, but hey, you know what? I'm not going to argue with the game's mechanics. They told me the way that it was going to be, and here we are. So, okay, I have a little bit of a strategy here, but part of my issue is I don't have the walls that I want yet, so let's just use some netherrack here. I'm thinking, let's do floor. Yeah, right, this is floor level. Okay, let's do floor, and we can bounce in and out here. Do the floor. I'll do the ceiling as well. We're gonna do maybe just, oh, maybe I just do glass all around, actually. That could be fun instead. Just all sides glass. Yeah, let's do that instead. I don't want to be fighting this too much. And also, how high is the ceiling? Just 3, eh? Let's just see. 2, 3. Yeah, okay. So we'll have a 3 high ceiling. Everything will be fine. This is gonna be magical. All right, I think we managed to nail out all the water. If I'm thinking right. Are we good? Excellent. So now, oh, hello. There you go. All right, perfect. So now it looks like we got a pretty clear cut from over here towards the spawn point, I guess. Towards center spawn. Now, the only thing is I do need to avoid lava, and I'm wondering if fire spread is active on the server. That is something I don't know about. But listen, we got a stupid little bridge put in place after dying a needlessly silly amount of times, which is always great. And we've got our home really set up nice and well. So I hope you folks enjoyed today's episode of Minecraft on the Homiecraft server. I'm having a ball here building this chaotic home, and hopefully I got a little bit more to show you next time around. We will have something built out for you, maybe a little room or something. But hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, thank you for stopping by. Happy you did, and I'll see you next time.